Okay, click on OK. Today first concept to detail Java. Today first concept to detail Java. Today first concept to detail Java. Detail Java. In the first point, variable. What do you mean by variable? Variable is nothing but it is a name given to a one memory location. One memory location. It is a name given to a one memory location which can hold a value. Which can hold a value. That value will be changed in future. That value will be changed in future. That is variable. Variable is nothing but it is a name given to a one memory location which can hold a value. So that value will be changed in future number of times. How many times you want, that many times we can change the value. That is variable. Variable advantages. Variable advantages. One is reusability. Easy to update. Easy to maintain. That is variable. Variable syntax. Variable syntax. Data type. Variable name equal to value into a equal to 10. That is variable. Next, constant. Next, constant definition. What is constant? Same. Constant is nothing but it is a name. Constant is nothing but it is a name given to a one memory location which can hold a value. That value will not change in future. That value will not change in future. If it is a variable, variable value will be changed in future. If it is constant, constant value will not change in future. So constant is nothing but it is a name given to a one memory location which can hold a value. That value will not change in future. That is constant. That value will not change in future. That is constant. Constant syntax. Final data type, constant name equal to value. Simply we can write final int a equal to 10. Simply we can write this is constant. How can you identify if it is variable or constant? If it is having final, that is constant. If it is not having final, that is variable. Simply we can. Okay. Got this point? Right. Next, variables. Next, variables. There are two types of variables. One is local variables. Second one is global variables. Local variables means within the function only it will work.
Global, you can use it anywhere.
Yes. Local variables means within the function only it will work. It is the function only it will work. That is local variables. Global variables further divided into four types already we discussed. Public, default, private, protected. Next, conditional statements. Conditional statements.
ప్రైవేట్ ఇంకొకటి ఏదో అన్నారు.
Public, private, default, protected. Access modifier.
Default.
Default. So already we discussed access modifiers. So
Okay.
conditional statements.
Oh.
There are 3 conditional statements available in Java. One is if. Where exactly we will use if condition? If it is only single block. If it is only single block. Only single block. That time we will use if. If it is only single block, that time we will use if condition. For example, if a is equal to 10, Akhil is a good boy. Akhil is a good boy. If a is equal to 10, Akhil is a good boy. So there is no other alternate, only single block. That time we will use if condition. Next, if else. Among 2 blocks, if you want to execute only one block, that time we will use if else. Among 2 blocks, if you want to execute only one block, that time we will use if else. If a is equal to 10, Akhil is a good boy. Else, Akhil is a bad boy. Among 2 blocks, if you want to execute only one block, that time we will use if else. Among 2 blocks, if you want to execute only one block, that time we will use if else. Among 2 blocks, if you want to execute only one block, that time we will use if else. If a is equal to 10, Akhil is a good boy, else Akhil is a bad boy. So if it is a is equal to 10, it will execute Akhil is a good boy. If a is equal to not equal to 10, it will execute Akhil is a bad boy. Right.
Right.
Next, switch case. During class, if you have any doubt at any point of time, you can ask me doubt. Okay.
Okay.
Switch case. Switch case or select case. Among many blocks, if you want to execute selectively some blocks, that time we will use select case or switch case. Among many blocks, for example, we have many blocks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So choice 1, choice 2, choice 3. Among many blocks, if you want to execute selectively some blocks, that time we will use switch case or select case statement. Switch case or select case statements. Next.
It's like a query, right? Query, SQL query lagana?
Just select statement, statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, like so selectively you can select it. Among many queries, if you want to execute selectively, that time you will use switch case or select case statement. So condition 1 or choice 1, choice 2, choice 3, just like.
So if this is not there, then you can go here. Then if this is not working, then you can. Is that like that?
No. We have many blocks. We want to execute some blocks only. That time we will use choice 1, choice 2, choice 3. We can give the choice, based on the choice it will execute.
Oh, okay. It's like a table where you can say, okay, this table, this data will be picked up in one A, B, C.
Yeah,
columns
we
only.
will give priority like choice 1, choice 2, choice 3. So priority base it will execute. Next, looping statements. There are 3 looping statements available in Java. One is for loop. What do you mean by loop? A certain block of statements. I will write the definition. Looping statements. What is the use of looping statements? If you want to execute a certain block of statements, continuously or repeatedly. If you want to execute a certain block of statement continuously, then we will use looping statements. If you want to execute a certain block of statements, then we will use looping statements. There are 3 looping statements available in Java. One is for loop. Where exactly we will use for loop? We have 3 looping statements available in Java. For loop, while loop, do while loop. For loop, while loop, do while loop. Where exactly we will use for loop? If we want to execute, if we want to execute a certain block of statements, if you want to execute a certain block of statements, if you want to execute a certain block of statements, how many fixed number of times? How many fixed number of times? If you want to execute a certain block of statements, how many fixed number of times? If you know that figure, or number, if you know that number, that time we will use like for into I equal to 0, semicolon, I less than 20. If you know that figure number, then we will use this for loop.
For loop.
So if you know this number, so first it will start with 0, next 0 plus 1, 1. So I value is 1, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3. So 19 plus 1, 100, 19 plus 1, 20. So how many fixed number of times that loop should be executed if you know that figure and number?
20 what is it?
20 times.
No. What is that for? Square
For int I equal to 0, I less than 20. If you know that number 20 or 30 or 100 or 1000 or 1 lakh, if you know that number, then only we can use this for loop. Next, while loop. As long as condition being satisfied. As long as condition being satisfied. There is no restrictions like 10 times, 20 times. As long as condition being satisfied, it will execute. So that is called while loop.
Unlimited, as long as the conditions they say, then it will go on repeating till it.
Yes,
starts.
there is no restrictions like 10 times, 20 times, 100 times. As long as condition being satisfied, it will execute. So that is called while loop. As long as condition being satisfied, it will execute. This loop is called entry level condition. This loop is called entry level condition. Next, do while. Just similar to while. Just similar to while. Just similar to while. Without checking the condition, it will execute. Without checking the condition, it will execute. Second time onwards. Second time onwards, it will check the condition. So just similar to while, without checking the condition, it will execute. Second time onwards, it will check the condition. This is called exit level condition. This loop is called exit level condition.
Exit level.
Exit level condition. This loop is called exit level condition. Okay, right. These are the looping statements: for loop, while loop, do while loop. So we discussed variable.
మరి డూ వైల్ లూప్ అన్నప్పుడు ఎగ్జిట్ లెవెల్ కండిషన్ అంటారు ఎందుకు?
So first time without checking the condition, it will execute. Second time onwards, it will check the condition. So this is called exit. That is, first one is entry level condition. We have another name. This is the exit level condition.
So do while loop is also called exit level condition.
Yeah, do while is a exit. Another name is exit level condition. Another name is exit level. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Next concept, arrays. Next concept, arrays. Array. What is array? It is a special type of variable. It is a special type of variable which can hold multiple values. If it is array, it can hold only single value. If it is array, it can hold multiple values. There are three types of arrays. So, single dimensional array, multi-dimensional array, object array. There are three types of arrays: single dimensional array, multi-dimensional array, object array. There are three types of arrays. So, single dimensional array, multi-dimensional array, object array. What is single dimensional array? We will discuss. Before going to this concept, array is nothing but it is a special type of variable which can hold a multiple values. This is array A. For example, I am giving name A. If you want to add anything to array, if you want to get anything from array, we will use index concept. Array index start with 0. 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 So why I am repeating this much time, this many times, so you can get it. Array index start with 0. Array index start with 0. Array is nothing but it is a special type of variable. Just we can store the multiple values.
Okay.
If you want to add anything to array, if you want to get anything from array, we will use index concept. Index start with 0. I will teach you. Wait. Okay.
With if you want to get anything from array,
if you want to add anything to array, we will use index concept. Index start with 0. Okay, right. There are three types of arrays. One is single dimensional array.
ఒక నిమిషం. You want to get anything from array or
if you want to add anything to array, we will use index concept. Index start with 0.
okay.
So next, single dimension array syntax. Data type array name equal to new data type size of array. Data type into array name A equal to new data type new int size 5. I am giving single dimension array syntax. Multi-dimensional array into a
ఆగు ఒక్కసారి అర్థం కాలేదా ఇంటి ఏ ఇజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు
new int size.
ఓ సైజు
Next
సైజు
5. Next into multi-dimensional array into a equal to new int number of rows 4, number of columns 5. So 4 is rows, 5 is columns. Third one, object array.
కలర్ కాలమ్స్ ఏంటి 5 కాలమ్స్ అర్థం కావట్లేదు ఈ అరేస్ కష్టం గురించి
Yeah, it multi-dimensional array. Just 2 brackets will be there. Number of rows, number of columns.
నంబర్ ఆఫ్ రోస్ నంబర్ ఆఫ్ కాలమ్స్ అంతేనా అంటే ఈ 4 ఇస్ రోస్
5 columns. Next, object array.
మరి బ్రాకెట్స్ ఏంటి ఇట్లా డబ్బాలు తీసేవి అదేంటి
That is the array syntax.
సింటాక్స్ ఇస్ ఇట్ అ బ్రాకెట్ ఆర్ వాట్ ఇస్ ఇట్
Brackets only.
ఓకే
Object A equal to new object. What is the use of object array? Object array is used for store the multi-data types. Not only single data type, we can store the multi-data types. If we want to store the multi-data types, we will use object array. Object array is used for store the multi-data types. Object A equal to new object. I'm giving size 4. Semicolon. A of 0 equal to Akhil. Akhil is a which data type?
Akhil is single date.
A is which data type?
Singular.
Character data type. A is a character data.
Character idemo into.
No, string data type. First Akhil is a string data type. A is a character data type. Now I am writing 10. It is a integer data type. A of 3 equal to 0.002. It is a decimal data type.
Akhil is a
string data. String.
string data type.
One second. Is a string data type, A is a character data type.
ఇదేమో డెసిమల్, ఓకే, ఇదేమో డెసిమల్, 10 is a int. ఇదేమో డెసిమల్ 0.002, అది డెసిమల్. A is a character data type. And then 10 is an int data type. Is that correct?
String data type. A is character data type. Akhil is string data type. String.
Akhil కాదు, 10 అంటున్నాను.
10 integer.
Integer, అదే.
Ora?
Okay.
Right. Okay. This is the detailed Java. Over. Today concept. Only definitions. Only definitions.
Okay. But I don't know. I'm still confused with the arrays.
It's very easy. Okay. Shall I start the next concept?
No, it's over. This only I have to digest now. No, what is the concept, today's concept?
Very, very important concept, exception handling.
Exception handling.
Big concept. Okay, if you want, I can teach you. Otherwise, you can practice. Yesterday's session, today. Just
today's session is yesterday's and today's session I will read and then